Welcome to the Business Review, a daily program that delves into the latest economic stories in the financial market around the world. From currency affairs to technology stories, we bring you the best from around the world.
Against the backdrop of the melodies of oud played by her husband, Palestinian artist Hannah Hamersha creates astonishing artworks of Arabic calligraphy, hoping to bring together the two worlds of music and art. The couple are engineers who found their passion in Arabic calligraphy and music, opened a new business at the West Bank city of Tulkarem, where they can mix their artistic creations at Dar Hana, established in December of 2019. Hamersha creates her artistic pieces including murals, bags, wall clocks and wooden tables, all inscribed with intricate calligraphy writing. Hadi Al-Sadr, her husband, helps her by playing his oud. The gallery sells the Hamersha's artwork, accessories as well as offering Arabic calligraphy courses for beginners. In the future, she hopes to teach Arabic calligraphy to children. They promote their gallery by creating videos where they tell stories using Hamersha's calligraphy artwork and Sadr's music. The price of a single piece ranges from 25 to 400 US dollars.
The China-US Phase 1 Economic and Trade Agreement took effect despite the outbreak of the novel coronavirus pneumonia in China. It means some of the tariffs the two countries imposed upon one another will be either reduced or lifted. However, the virus means there will likely be an extra hurdle for some importers and exporters. According to the agreement, China is buying more US goods and services while improving both market access and intellectual property protection for US companies doing business there. In exchange, the United States is reducing and lifting some of the tariffs, effectively taxing the entire volume of Chinese imports into the US. But there's a huge caveat. Now, tariffs of 25% remain on around half the Chinese imports into the United States, and US President Donald Trump said they'll only be removed if negotiations for the second phase are successful, and if the current deal provides some trade relief. There's concern about the impact of shutdowns caused by the virus. While China acknowledged any economic impact would spill over to other countries, it said enough is being done to minimize the fallout.
Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said his decision to allow transactions in dollars in the crisis-torn South American country was correct and taken in the midst of a war. Maduro, a socialist, accuses the United States of waging economic war on the OPEC nation through sanctions on its crucial oil sector. The economy is in its sixth year of recession, marked by hyperinflation, shortages of basic goods, and the immigration of millions of Venezuelans. In response to a question about whether the rise in dollar transactions exacerbated inequality between Venezuelans with access to foreign currency and those without, Maduro said the change had to breathe oxygen into the economy, called on his cabinet to reflect on its adverse effects. Maduro also lashed out against Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro, whom he accused of being behind terrorist threats, and Spain for their smearing campaign. He also lent a friendly hand to US President Donald Trump, saying he was willing to hold talks if Trump wished that to happen.
China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi said that he did not understand why the United States was using its power and trying to get its allies to attack a private company like China's Huawei. Earlier, US prosecutors accused Huawei of stealing trade secrets and helping Iran track protesters in its latest indictment against the Chinese firm, escalating the US battle with the world's largest telecoms gear maker. The United States has been waging a campaign against Huawei, which it has warned could spy on customers for Beijing. Washington placed the company on a trade blacklist last year, citing national security concerns. During the roughly 90-minute interview on topics ranging from the coronavirus to Hong Kong and the Middle East, Wang repeatedly pinned blame on Washington.
Qin Gang, China's Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, said China is confident the coronavirus epidemic will be over soon and that the impact will be only temporary on its economy, which will rebound strongly. Gang said at the Munich Security Conference, when the epidemic is over, the subdued consumer demand will be released rapidly and the economy will rebound strongly. China is struggling to get the world's second largest economy back to work after an extended Lunar New Year holiday, with the central bank pledging to support companies. But travel bans and quarantine orders are frustrating business as usual.
Liu Ximing, Chinese Vice Minister of Transport, said China's 2020 Spring Festival travel rush will see a 45% drop in the passenger number due to the novel coronavirus outbreak. Liu briefed press about the 40-day Spring Festival's travel rush this year at a press conference in Beijing. Liu said before the festival, from January 10th to the 24th, a total of 1.143 billion trips by railway, highway, waterway, and civil aviation were recorded, up by 2% year on year. The daily average was 76.22 million, and the peak on January 22nd, 3 days before the festival, saw 84.53 million trips, up by 2% and 1.2% year on year respectively. Liu said due to the outbreak of the epidemic and complicated and grave situations of controlling the epidemic, the number of return trips plunged after the festival and no obvious peak of return trips has appeared. According to statistics, during the post-festival period of January 25th to February 14th, 283 million trips were made across the country, and the daily average was 13.48 million, both down by 82.3%. As this year's 40-day travel rush, which ends on February 18th, Liu said no major fluctuation in passenger flow is expected. Liu said due to the epidemic, the passenger number in the 40-day travel rush is expected to drop by 45%. The passenger number in the second half of the travel rush greatly shrinks. The number of sightseeing and business trips falls drastically, even to zero in some regions. Liu said migrant workers will be the majority of the passengers who make return trips by the end of February. So far, migrant workers have made 80 million trips. There are 120 million more trips of migrant workers to make by the end of this month, and March is to see 130 million trips of the group. Liu added about 100 million trips of college students are also expected after schools decide when to start their new semesters. As it is a critical time for the epidemic control, Liu said they have made special arrangements.
This has been the Business Review, your daily dose of economy and technology stories around the globe. Tune in next time for more up-to-date developments in the financial market. This is Farah Al Hashim reporting from Paris for KTV2 for the program The Business Review.